and see if you can find a video of the flag itself waving.
Yeah, there's one.
So here we go. So they're planting the flag. Now, you do have to take into consideration that there's very little gravity. So it's 1/6 Earth's gravity. So things definitely in a 1/6 gravity environment, they move differently. The problem is when the flag gets ultimately planted and then they back away from it and no one's touching it anymore, then it seems to like independently be moving in the breeze.
Well, it's my opinion they had a lot of air conditioning pumped in there because the backpacks had the cooling units removed so they wouldn't fall over backwards. So it was very hot in there, and they had lots of air conditioning.
There's better footage, Jamie, where you can just see.
And a funny thing happened on the way to the moon at Sabrel.com. There's a clip of the flag blowing in the wind. We showed that a couple of times.
Here's another thing to take into consideration. What you're looking at is not a direct feed that was offered to the news organizations. So what this is a projector that's projecting on a screen, and then the news organizations then point their camera at that screen, correct?
Well, actually, NASA pointed a camera at the screen there. So they took the footage.
Right.
They put it on a big screen. You got to understand 1969 projection technology, very low resolution.
Looks like this.
Then they put a camera on it. They ran that to a monitor, and then they had people film the monitor.
Right.
So it was deliberately fourth generation. So they're intentionally degrading the quality of the signal. The networks wanted a live feed, and they gave them fourth generation instead.
But this is important to know. Like that wasn't, I mean, if you can get someone on the moon, you can get better footage. In
right.
terms
I mean,
of
Gilligan's Island
but hold on.
went to
but in
color
terms of what we know
in
terms of
1965. Why didn't they have color? Right? I mean, this is NASA's
even if they don't have color,
accomplishment.
let's just say it's easier to do it in black and white. Let's just say that. If they did it in black and white, there's no reason why they can't get a clear feed directly to the news organizations and to television. There's no reason to be filming it on a monitor. There's no reason to do that.
Well, there is, to cover up the fact
Right.
that it's done in a
But
TV
there's
studio.
But if you can overcome the technological hurdles to get people to the moon, you can overcome the technological hurdles to allowing people to have clear access, clear footage of what this thing is instead of fourth generation stuff, right?
Yeah, like I said, I think if Gilligan's Island went from black and white to color in 1965, NASA can afford a color camera on the moon. After all, it is the most technologically advanced event. Why wouldn't they want a high-resolution color camera? They didn't, because it might show that it's a fake scene, which it was. That's why they degraded the signal by fourth generations.
Do we have better footage of the flag waving around the moon? Because there's some footage of it where you're just like, this is weird.
Yeah, there's some, and a funny thing
All
happened
these
on the way to the
questions
moon
are being
about
asked
halfway
once.
through.
They filmed in color the next one on Apollo 12.
Okay, let's see that one.
Well, I was trying to find that, but
Just
then
see,
you have to look up
just
flag.
Google flag blowing in the wind on the moon.
Well, if you Google it, it may not want to show it. So it's in
Yeah,
my
but
movie.
if you put it on
Yeah.
YouTube as a YouTube search, it'll show it.
Like which one? 'Cause those are different.
There's
ones now.
one, Apollo 5. That's me.
This one's pretty good,
Click
I
that
think.
one,
Apollo
Apollo 15.
Yeah.
Click on that one, Jamie.
I don't.
Apollo 15. No, Jamie.
I'm
Back.
You said click
Where it
on
says
the
Apollo. No, I said the one that says Apollo 15. Right there. That's it. Yeah. Okay. So this one, this is color. He plants it. It still looks shitty, but he plants it. And let's get a look at when he gets out of the way. You'd see it moving around. So this is it. So this thing is kind of just waving on its own. No one's even touching it. And it looks like it's waving in a breeze. So it stops moving and then it starts moving again. Now, again,
There's
One
footage that
sixth
shows it
Earth
even more
gravity.
so than that.
Yeah.
Like an astronaut walking past it,
Uh-huh.
creating the breeze, and then the flag blows without him touching it.
yeah, I'd like to see that. So how much further does this go, Jamie?
That's a 4-minute video, 3-minute video.
So scoot ahead. I think this is actually the one where the guy walks by it, and then it starts going in the breeze. Here it goes. Does it show it where he walks by it?
Barely
There it
moved
is.
for 2 minutes.
It's back there because you see his image.
Right. Oh, I don't know where he went. Right there.
Where?
Oh, something just went in front of the camera.
There he is, right there. Okay, watch. There it is. See that?
Yeah, there you
So
go.
watch that again, Jamie. So this is the one. He hops by, and as he hops by, the breeze makes the flag blow.
Because he's in an air environment. He's not on the moon.
Right. That is a weird one. Do it again. Look at this. As he hops by, He doesn't touch the flag.
Now, can I do
But the
devil's
flag blows.
advocate? What do you call it? Steal what?
Steelman.
Okay, the reason why it's doing that, and really on the moon, is because there's micrometeorites hitting him, and they're bouncing off of him and hitting the flag.
What?
Is that a pretty good one?
Is that real?
No, I just...
Oh, I thought they were trying that
I
one.
was trying to come up with an
Micrometeorites.
excuse as to why
Micrometeorites.
the moon landings are real. You like that one?
That is a good one. Micrometeorites will mess you
Well,
up.
actually, Von Braun, we found publications of his. Mind you, my film cost $1 million. It was financed by a board member of an aerospace company who builds rockets for NASA, who knows it's fake, who gave me $1 million to produce these films as his patriotic duty to expose it. We found documentation from Von Braun that says every 24 hours on the moon, there's a 50% chance of a catastrophic, deadly error because of decompression from a micrometeorite. So they were there 3 days. They were 150% chance they would have been killed from a micrometeorite. Grain of sand traveling through space at 25,000 miles an hour. And he said you would have to immediately go into a cave once you landed. They never did that. He also said in writing, in order to go to the moon in one rocket, he says that cannot happen. You need 3 rockets, each being 10 times the tonnage of the Queen Mary, or some 800,000 tons each, in order to go to the moon. And the Saturn V was 2,500 tons, not 800,000 tons. We have that in writing.
Wait, that was from his book, right? And
That's
what year
right.
was that?
I think that came out in 1959, and then he recanted on his math shortly thereafter by 30,000%. And now Elon Musk wants to, quote, return to the moon. And he says to return to the moon, we need to make 9 fuel trips first to ferry the fuel necessary to be able to go to the moon from there. That's exactly what Von Braun said in one of my clips at Sabrel.com. You have to make multiple fuel trips to go to the moon first to a space station, and then from there you can go. Elon Musk said the same thing. But how did they do it with a rocket that contained 1/30,000th of a percent of the amount of fuel Von Braun said it would take?
One of my favorite films is the film of the lunar module leaving the moon. When it leaves, when the camera pans, and let's show it. Let's show what year was that? Which
I think that was one of the last missions, and I think you're talking about where the camera perfectly
Pans.
tilts up
Yeah.
with the little model going up.